I think the next time is to write a book about you, and I'm going to do that.
My
I
my
was,
my master, we call master as Guru Acharya. My master had a very specific book on the rituals related to temple, which is an authentic book. And then in that, few pages are devoted to Dr. TPS. So he has written about me in his book. Okay, so I keep saying, nice to stop writing and then ask somebody else to write about you.
yeah, it's true,
Yeah.
it's true. And I'm going to also write about you. I need a book written about my mentor.
Okay. We'll have a lot of dialogue. Yeah, I speak from my life experience. And today's topic is very close to my heart. Um, it's overcoming depression and stress. I want to take you, as my sister said, that my dear friend Louis spoke about communication. And there are a lot of mention on these topics also in between. Because there was a very good question by my sister. What is most difficult is not I can speak out what I want, but the receiver has got a greater role in communication. It is not the speaker. So how do the receiver receives a message? The receiver receives a message based on their background. Assume that I speak mathematics. Definitely all of you may shut down the session because my subject mathematics is not what I have to communicate here, and you are not here for that. If the receiver is not ready, the communication is totally useless. And sometime, not sometime, most of the time, what happens is the receiver who perceives what he wanted to perceive. Perceive is what you gather. The words may be same, as my sister Samina was telling. It depends on you. How do you receive it? Receiver is more important. So what happens? You have a perception. Oh, this is what this man is saying. This is what the message is. The lecture is this. Communication is this. That's all. You have already made up your mind. You don't have an open mind. So the perceiver perceives the way the perceiver want to perceive, and not the way the speaker want the perceiver to perceive. I may have something in mind which may not be able to reach to your mind the way I wanted to put it. And that is the biggest problem for all mentoring, counseling. All these words are entirely different. Mentoring is overall control or maybe guidance. Counseling is for a very specific purpose. Maybe education counseling. Mentoring is never called as education mentoring. Mentoring means you are a mentor for every aspects of life. Counseling is very specific. So what happens? Assume that I am approached by somebody for a very specific counseling, and I am giving a generic approach. This is what the life is. He will say, why this man is talking unnecessary things? It is not my requirement. They don't listen to you. When it will happen? That happens when my mood is not good, when I am in real trouble, when I am in a hurry, I am really worried. And this is what is called stress. And that stress, the subject given is how do you overcome the depression and stress. First of all, you have to listen to somebody. You have to listen to yourself. You have to listen to yourself. I have so much of knowledge, but sometimes the brain, that is buddhi, the Sanskrit word for brain is buddhi. The word buddhi means dhishanam. Dhishanam means I can think over it. But that doesn't happen. Most of the time that doesn't happen because I don't even listen to my own brain. I am in a mood of feelings. I'm thinking why this man is speaking like this. So the feeling is covering my knowledge and I become blind. That state is actually the depression state. There is a small difference between depression and stress. Stress can be highly productive. Assume that I have to catch my train and I am slightly delayed. I keep running so that I can catch the train. I have stress, that is why I run. If I don't have stress, I will not run. Some people have stress because they have got very conscious about performing very well. That can be in exams, that can be in public speaking, all that is productive. So stress is highly productive. But people keep using these words. No, there should not be stress. That's not correct. There has to be stress. If I don't have stress, I don't even prepare for my exams. But the intensity of my stress must be under control. The duration of my stress have to be under control. After the exam, I don't have to take my stress. Finished. Exam is over. Now just forget about it. The impact of the stress becomes too much. That is called the distress. The state of distress is where I am not able to control my stress. It becomes unimaginably high where I am not able to hold it. The another word is tension. Tension is very bad. Stress is really good. When I have tension or I have distress, instead of running to catch the train, what will happen? I will collapse. I will not be able to run. So it becomes non-productive. Stress is productive. Tension and distress is non-productive. But again, duration, intensity, symptoms, these are all short. But when this becomes too long, my distress is too long, my tension is too long, the symptoms will vary. The duration becomes too high, the intensity becomes too high, the impact on my performance of anything will become too bad. That is called a depression. So depression needs a medication. It needs a counseling. It needs a mentoring. It needs a treatment. Stress doesn't require. Stress makes you to act well. So overcoming stress is not a right word. Overcoming or the tension can be a good word. Depression, but it is a good word today in the context because most of the people use it in the common sense, the common language, common understanding, that depression and stress. No. Stress up to a limit is performing, and beyond that, the limitless, beyond that, the time cannot be consumed. After that, I am not able to stop. In the Bhagavad Gita, there is a beautiful word. How do I control my temperament? When I am in depression, when I am in distress, I will not be able to control my temperament. If somebody is scolding me, not to him, anybody around me, I'll start scolding back. Maybe I'll start shouting. I'll show anger. I will not be able to hold my own physical stature also. I'll start shivering. I will lose my heart. I will lose my brain. I will lose my consciousness. I will lose my common sense. I will not even understand where I am standing. It can be in the public road, it can be on the general platform, it can be in any place, a public place where I will react in a unwanted style. This is too dangerous. So, in a war field, the Ishvara, the God, gives an advice to the warrior who is in the war field for fighting actually, because he is ready with all his ammunitions and the enemy is in the front. Anybody will have stress. But what had happened was he went into distress. He went into depression. So what happens? He is not able to perform the war. He says, I want to run away. I don't want to fight. And the reason given is, they are all my relatives. They are my known to me, they are my teachers, I cannot fight with them. As if he came to know only now. Yesterday he didn't know who is his enemy. So having ready to fight, his job is to fight. So he is not able to fight. So he is in depression. The stress, uncontrollable, the stress beyond the limit, beyond the limit, which becomes a distress, tension, depression comes to him. So the God himself gives him a counseling. He is the mentor. He is the driver for him. So he says, Dukheshu anudhiknamana sukheshu vigata spruha vida raga bhaya krodha. All these are there. You have too much of anger, too much of uneasiness. You get really a dangerous person. You will become totally tired. You will not be able to control your feelings. And what will happen? You will become totally non-performer. So what is to be done? Get back to your common sense. So who is advising him? The God himself. That's a great epic story in India called Mahabharata. Mahabharata word itself means the country India. Bharat means India. And Mahabharata means a great story in India. And that the God himself is driving the warrior, the fighter. So how to overcome? You need a good mentor. And what is the quality of a good mentor? Who is not just a specific specialist, but who understands everything around. Not me, everything around the mentee who is coming to me for a problem. So your culture I must know, your stature I should know, your qualification I should know, the language I should know, what problem you are facing I should know, what is your circumstances, environment in which you are there, your skill I must know. So sometimes the skill is a big problem. I cannot ask somebody, don't worry, yeah, you swim and push him in water. And he don't know swimming, what will happen? So he will not be able to perform. So how to come out of the depression problem? Oh, I am not able to swim, I am not able to swim, I am not able to swim, make him to be in depression. He has to get the sufficient skill. Some people have depression because I am not able to speak English. But what is to be done? You learn English language. But English language is not good enough. There are a lot of people who are native English speakers, but they will not be able to publicly speak. So what is that they are lacking? They lack creativity, they lack knowledge on the topic, they lack presence of mind. So how do you perform? When you perform, it is not just language. It needs a lot of other peripheral things which are around. You need to have a good physique, but that is not good enough to become a leader. Not great leaders have good physique sometimes. It is not the physical strength, it is the state of mind. So what is essential? You must understand what is that you can do. You must understand where you can do it. Yeah, I know swimming. That doesn't mean I can swim in the sea, on the ocean. Maybe I will be able to swim only in the normal swimming pool, which is only 4 feet and my height is 6 feet, because I don't have to worry. So what happens? I am able to swim in the normal swimming pool. When I am put in the river, I will have stress. I will have tension. I will not be able to control my stress and tension, and I will be in depression. So my environment in which I am existing, what is the capability which I have? All that goes hand in hand. I am able to drive in my village. That doesn't mean tomorrow I can drive in London. The city is entirely different. The situation can be different. So in one situation I can perform, but in another situation I will not be able to perform. So I must understand where I can do and what I can do. How do I get this into this world of third decade of 21st century? It is too much and too fast. Lot of connectivity is essential. Understanding how much pressure I have and how much I can do for succeeding my pressure, whether I am certain about what is the economic condition in which I am living, the climate in which I am living, the social media which is looking at me constantly. So when I give a lecture, I should know that it is not two people who are in front of me. This is being heard by many people. Not one person from one country I am addressing. I am addressing the whole world. So I must be aware about my situation. And then I don't have to worry about one person is not talking to me is not a big issue, because I am not in isolation. I can connect to anybody in the world. So one is I am being looked at by many people can be a stress. Sometimes feeling alone, isolation, I don't have anybody to help me can be a feeling. That can also make me to be under depression. So when I have to talk to a public, being aware of there are a lot of people can be a depression for me. But when I'm in trouble, nobody is around can be a depression for me. So what situation I am, what is the parameter depends on what I am going to do, how I am going to do, where I am going to do. So understand all my environment, what is the skill I require, what am I going to perform. That is more important. This ability to evaluate all that parameters which governs me. That can be my environment, that can be my skill, that can be my ability to speak, that can be who is listening to me, who is looking at me, what is the environment in which I am, whether I am ready to do and listen to somebody or am I going to tell somebody else. My communication has to be assessed. Sometimes what happens is when I am in stress, I will keep talking unnecessary things and I will not listen to anybody. That becomes a big problem. Sometimes somebody says communication is very good. What does it mean? Sometimes somebody's communication create problems for me. Right? Why did I go there? Why I have to listen to him? I should not have heard this. Why this person speak to me like this? So what happens is somebody speaks to me becomes a problem for me. And another case, what happens? Somebody not speaking to me becomes a problem for me. Oh, my friend did not talk to me so far. I was expecting that he will call or she will call me. He will contact me. But that did not happen. So what happens? I am waiting for somebody's call. How does it matter? If I am waiting for somebody's call, why should not I call that person and then start talking to them? Why should I wait? So open communication is not listening to somebody. Initiating a communication also can be there. Sometimes some people keep overthinking that, oh, this person did not talk to me. That can be a reason for my stress. That can be a reason for my depression. No, don't wait for anybody's call. Don't wait for anybody to discuss, anybody to talk to you. Initiate the talk. I'm sure that doesn't happen when you are in depression. Otherwise, you would have done it. That is where you need a mentor. Oh, this person is your problem. They must have never thought bad about you. And that is your stigma. Your mental health is not in right position. What happens is you overthink and thinking that this person is my enemy. And that person is not your enemy. It is that your thoughts created that enmity in you. So nobody outside you is an enemy. Who is an enemy to you? Only when I think this person is an enemy to me, that person becomes an enemy to me. So who is your enemy? The thought in you that XYZ is an enemy is your enemy. So we have great scriptures which says clean your mind. So how to come out of the depression and stress? Clean your mind. Clean it. But you cannot clean it with some soap powder and then detergent and then you start a brush to clean your mind. So what is required? You must listen to somebody, read quite a lot of experienced people, their work, their life journey. Overcoming depression is possible only when you open your eyes, open your ears, go to some place where you love to go. That means you must have a hobby and then take a break, go for a vacation. These are all the methods to overcome your distress. Overcome your depression, overcome your tension. What is to be done? When somebody is scolding you, don't react. Take a break, go for a walk. Understand you are not alone. There are a lot of other people, and this person is not talking to me, doesn't matter, cut him, ignore him for the time being. If they come back, okay, you take some time, take a breath, take a break, and understand there is no problem for your thinking. And there is no problem for your thinking, there is no problem for your unwanted thoughts. Generally the distress and tension, depression is like a compartment connected to a train engine. You keep on adding compartments, you keep on adding unwanted thoughts. What is to be exactly required? De-link your thoughts. Don't think about the problem. I am not able to stop thinking. What is to be done? Get out of the place, take some other company. Maybe some other company will help you. Go for a activity what you love to have it. Go for a long drive. But you are in a tension and distress and depression. Driving can also cause you accident sometimes. So you need somebody who will be a company for you, who will take you along with him or her, and have an enjoyment in life. Refreshing. Most important is refreshing. Refreshing your mind, that is cleaning. Refreshing your brain. It can be a beautiful reading. It can be a cinema. It can be a movie. It can be a playing whatever games you wanted to play. Go to the ground. I'm sure you are all the people who are into athletics, people who are into games, people who are into different such recreational activities always have a social contact with the people where they get a lot of training on overcoming depression and tension. That is why in all academic institutions we have what is called a lot of games and sports. What happens nowadays? People have become overburdened with education. You think that education is only for giving a job to you and getting a life, and that life which gives you money, which gives you a status, which gives you an income is more important. And that is what education is. That is what people think. No, all this goes into dustbin if you are not able to control your problems, which are really becoming a human being and a social being. So two things. Last time also I said being social, social being, being human, human being. And these two qualities are there not with your intellectual ability, but with your emotional contacts, your social contacts, which are safeguarded, which are having a great quantity of wisdom to add to you through the spiritual ability. So I keep talking about the physical, emotional, intellectual, social, spiritual. Generally, depression, stress, tension comes because of social and lack of spiritual ability. You are not into spirituality, and your intellect is too sharp. For everything, you find a logic. Everything you want a reason. Why should I meet my mother? Bro, I want a reason. There is no reason for you to meet your mother, right? Why should I go for a movie? There is no reason. You want to relax. Why should I waste my time on relaxing? There are a lot of people who are totally workaholic. Every time into earning money, becoming famous. So what happens? You don't have a relaxation. When they reach the epoch, the top, they find that the life becomes totally useless because never enjoyed. That enjoyment with the hobby, relaxing, spending time with the loved ones. Assume that you don't have even a loved one with you. You don't have anybody where you can share your awards and credits and all that great things which you do in your life. What is the point in grading some great awards to you? Will you be able to stand on the center of London Bridge and then talk to somebody that I got an award? Nobody else is around to hear. Who knows you? Any award is useless, any recognition is useless. Understood? So most important is you must have good relationship. That is where the transformation of relationship becomes a great topic today, where you need to have people around you, where you can share your sorrow, where you can share your awards, credits, happiness. Assume that you don't have anybody to share your happiness. You are on the road and then keep shouting that I'm happy, I'm happy. You will be taken to a hospital and then treated for your mental disease. To share my happiness, to share my sorrow, to share my problems, I need someone. And the best method to overcome the depression and distress, tension, is to have somebody who is close to you. And that should come from childhood. That has to become a habit. Every parents who are listening to this, I'm sure they must have sufficient time to spend for your children. And your children are not talking to you, not disclosing what problems they have. You are not a great parent. You are not a great parent. Understand, all the problems in this world only can be solved very, 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 very easily when you talk to the dear ones. And who is the dearest one in your life? And they have to be your close relatives, nobody else. Your parents first. And when your parents are good at you, I'm sure your kids will become good at you. If you were not good with your parents, your children will not be good with you. You are not connected to your relatives, no relatives will connect to you. You are not connected to the society and friends, I'm sure they will not connect to you. So it is like, there is nothing called giving and taking. Giving is equal to taking. There is a great story, somebody is falling in a river and then he is almost to sink. He says, give me your hand. The other person who is on the boat says, give me your hand. The person says, no, I will never give anything to anybody else, how can I give my hand? And the other person understood the psychology. He says, take my hand. He immediately took his hand. I am taking somebody's hand is equivalent to I am giving hand to somebody else. That is what is shake hand, right? So you must understand, when I give it to somebody else, in fact, I am taking to somebody. When I am taking somebody, that means I am giving to somebody else. Nothing is mine in this world. I am only a trustee. Nothing in this world is mine. I am only a trustee. I can only share. So, sharing, caring, loving, giving, all these are part of overcoming my. When I have a lot of money, giving is the enjoyment. If I don't give money, my money becomes useless. So, charity comes only when you earn money. So, earn first, learn first, and then start giving knowledge, then start giving money and become famous. The method to become famous is not superficially famous for some time. To keep that relationship for longer time is more important. I am famous doesn't mean many people know me. I am famous means at least few people are there around me. When I require something, I am there for them. They are with me, and when they require something, I am with them. That relationship is most important than becoming so famous and nobody around you, right? So that is more important. I can go on and on. I think I should allow people to ask questions. So thank you so much.
Very interesting. Very interesting. I just want to say thank you so much for this amazing, amazing. Wow. I want better understanding. I've used almost 3 pages. You cannot sit down in front of a professor, not only just on the paper, but even here, because it's very important, because it's what is here that goes with you. But the paper is a reference to clarify and also to remember to refer to whenever you need it. That is why we write it down, because we cannot attain 100% when someone is talking to us. But the most important thing is when we present ourselves with our heart to receive direct. So we call it heart to heart. I think we are familiar on that in YYCI international platform. That is why you don't see many people using slides sometimes, so that it will be hard to add. But we still appreciate slides, because if that is the only way for you to, because for example, if I want to really understand our previous speaker, I need to really see the picture, I need to see the visualize plus when he's speaking, because it's very important. So everybody are unique in their own way of presenting and communicating. So I really appreciate you, Dr. TPS. Now it is time for question. Firstly, I want to appreciate all our friends on Facebook. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Wow, Mr. Isaiah, thank you so much. Mr. Ismail Karika, thank you so much. My friend from Georgia, thank you so much. Inga, thank you so much. Um, and Professor Nada, thank you so much for joining us. And on my platform here at the Zoom, I want to thank Dr. Stephen Cameron. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us again. We had a good time with you yesterday. Thank you for sharing, even though you didn't expect, but that's Queen Elizabeth for you. I can come. That's part of our development, to always get ready at all time, because you never know who is going to ask you questions, who is going to need your help, who is going to need your wisdom. So we always be at alert and be ready. And you did very well. You presented even for that 12 minutes. You did very well, sir. And Dr. Stephen, thank you so much for yesterday. Dr. Samina, thank you so much, ma'am. Always willing to learn. Even at your age, you are still learning. That's a challenge for me, because we need to keep learning. If Dr. Samina can still keep learning, keep understanding, keep asking questions, keep jotting down, then who am I? I also have to do more than what Dr. Samina is doing. It's a grammar. I mean, Professor TPS, can you believe it? Dr. Stephen is the son of Dr. Samina. So she's occupied with grandchildren, and still she's encouraged, she's developing herself, she's speaking, she's sharing, she's giving, she's learning. Okay, let me not talk too much. Before I ask my question, because I have one or two questions, Dr. Samina, do you have any questions, please?
We must have good relationship to share our awards, happiness, sorrows, problems. So we should make good relationship, friends, people, loved one around us. It's very good. We should have control, physical control, emotional control, social contact, spiritual contact. Sometimes we go to mother, sometimes we play games, sometimes we go to movie for refreshment to overcome from depression and tension. And it's very good that stress is a normal thing, but depression and tension are serious, severe. It needs treatment or counseling like this. And even the uh, example of Mahabharata, that God is great to control everything. When we have to face our enemies, we are not able to fight with them. We have depression,
Mm,
depression, and when we are not able to catch the train,
mm-hmm,
we have stress.
mm-hmm,
Stress is normal. when we go to talk with a large crowd, we have stress. And how we overcome this stress. When I have tension, we need people around us who have sympathy with us, who give us counseling and like this. Very beautiful, very wonderful, very informative presentation. Dr. TPS, a very valuable guest, uh, so much uh, publisher of many books and a great man. So I appreciate you very much. Appreciate you. That we need a, a persuader who receive our message. We need someone who receive. We need a receiver who listen us. It's very good. Our mood is different when we are in a hurry, when we are angry, when we are not feeling better. So, very good, very informative. I learned a lot.
Thanks so much.
In
Dr.
fact,
Samina.
there is a poetry on my website which is called Life of Love, in which one of the poem is I need someone.
I need someone.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that is the title of the
Life of
poetry.
love.
Yeah. I need someone.
Life of
Life of Love, Dr. TPS. You send me a WhatsApp, I'll send you the poem itself, and the PDF is downloadable. Go to my website, look at my life books. There is a Life of Love book in which one of the poem is called I Need Someone. And that is what I spoke today, probably which I
Wow.
wrote in 2005,
Oh, wow.
20 years back.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you so
amazing.
much. Dr. Samina, thank you so much, ma'am, for
Thank you so
really
much.
contributing and summarizing
Yeah,
everything.
she
It shows
she
that
have
there
big
is
notes written down everything.
yes. That's what we're saying. That this
Yeah.
masterclass is not just for talking sake or speaking for speaking sake. It's not another gathering. It's a matter of it's a place of transformation. How do you get your transformation, and how do you transform your mindset? It's by you listening with understanding and also respond to what the speaker is saying. And that is what Dr. Samina, sometimes she has questions, sometimes she just
See,
summarize what you've said, and I love it. I
see,
love it so
Queen
much.
Elizabeth, somebody keep saying, you tell me when World War happened. And the student gives a beautiful answer. Then says, when is the French Revolution? The student is able to give an answer. So immediately the master asks, when is your grandfather's birth date? I don't know. When is your parents got married? The wedding anniversary of I don't know.
I don't
So
know.
having all these knowledge of World War, French Revolution, that dates you by heart, you are why should you be concerned about when the World War happened?
Exactly.
When you are not even concerned about the wedding anniversary of your parents.
It's so unique. It's so unique. It's so unique. I mean, sometimes we take some things for granted,
Yeah, it shouldn't happen.
and then we wait till and I think even government does that. They will wait till there is problem. Whereas sometimes we can prevent the problem.
Yes.
There are some problems we can prevent, but because the formations will be there, but people don't listen with attentively to understand. And then when the problem comes, I mean, it's happening everywhere. It's only when the problem comes, then they start analyzing it, and that's the time they start rushing, and that's the time. I mean, take for instance COVID. I mean, it doesn't just come overnight.
There is a saying. My neighbor's house a theft happened. So I'm saying it's not in my house, neighbor's house. Why should I worry? But for
Exactly.
me, my house and neighbor's house is different. But for the thief, Every house is one and the same. So if
It's the
he is
same.
today there, tomorrow he can be in your house, right?
Exactly. So you prevent
You
yourself. Like
prevent
they
this.
always say that one person will drop in a dip should teach others not to drop. Why will you see somebody dropping in that dip, and then you rush it again and you drop it in? That should give you lessons for not jumping into that dip, because one person has already done it. So learn from that person. So instead of you just going and not, just jumping into it. So, and there's so many silly things that we just do, which we don't need. But then we just ignore the important things and then follow what is not important. And that's it. But I have a question. But before my question, Dr. Steven, it's your time now to ask questions or to comment on what Dr. TPS has said. Are
Thank
you
you so much,
working?
Vaidya.
Are you in the office today?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, that's fine.
So thank
Okay.
you so much, Vaidya, Professor Dr. Queen, because it was such an important session because depression and stress. These things are getting very common these days, and stress and depression are prevalent and affect millions of the people worldwide. So by raising awareness and understanding of these conditions, we can reduce and encourage people to seek help and decrease their condition. And stress can significantly impact the individual quality of life, also relationships. Also, I mean, it can deteriorate the relationships. It can damage the work life as well and overall well-being of human beings. So I want I want our very dear, TPS, very honorable, Sir TPS, to elaborate some lifestyle changes which we can take to manage stress and stress and eventually depression as well, because depression is the outcoming of continuous stress. So sir, thank you so much for your enlightening session, and thank you, please.
Yeah, that's a beautiful question, which I said physical, emotional, and intellectual, social, spiritual. In which I can give one example. The food what we eat, I've got a lot of relationship with my basic behavior pattern. My sleeping time depends on the food what I eat. You have very different animals in the world. Start looking at lion, tiger, all these animals are alive, woke up 4 hours in 24 hours. They sleep 20 hours. That is because they eat a lot of meat. There is a beautiful subject called micro or macrobiotics. You are what you eat is the subject. Your basic character depends on the food what you eat. So assume that you eat a lot of spices. Definitely there is a chance of you becoming more angry. They are called a rajasic food. Rajasic means you are like a kingly, you are good in fighting. In Mahabharata war, which I mentioned, for the normal soldiers, sufficient food is given a very specific item, because they are only meant to listen to somebody and start acting upon that. They should not use their brain. They should not be more logical. They should not think. Suppose you want to think and becoming an intellectual academician, the food what you have to eat is entirely different. Your basic, this is only behavior pattern. The basic character, assume that there are 5 children for the same parent, each one of them have different character. The basic reason is the time of conceiving, what food the mother has taken, the mood in which she has conceived gives the basic character for the child. So there are specific prescriptions what you have to eat on the day when you are going to conceive a child. Number one, during the pregnancy time, what the mother has to eat, so that your basic character will become accordingly. So I wrote a book on the basic control on your food habits, the lifestyle, which will make your child better when you are in pregnancy. Assume that a mother keeps on listening to beautiful musics during the pregnancy time of 10 months. The child will automatically have a taste on music. Assume that all the medicines what the parent is taking during the time of pregnancy, definitely the child will have an impact on them. All the thoughts, this is one part of it. And second part of it, definitely when we are in hurry, when you are in worry, when you eat more spicy, in India it is called curry. All the curry, worry, hurry, curry, all ends with RRY. So when you have more of these, your breathing pattern will change.
Wow.
Definitely your breathing pattern changes when you are in depression, when you are in tension. Definitely when you think about something which is really uncontrollable feeling, the first impact is your breathing rate changes. So we have the breathing practices given in the yoga practice, which is called pranayama. Prana means breath, yama means distance. Distance your breath. That means take a deep breath. Assume you are in full tension. Hold your fingers like this. Take your hands up and then take a. We do that. That becomes most relaxing. So you take a deep breath. What happens is your breathing rate. Hold the hands like this and then take a breath like this. And we do this once in a while. Sitting in the office, also do this. Stretch your arms up so that your lungs get a better breath. When you are stretching, actually you are taking a breath. This is called pranayama. Breathing practices will change. While I am saying you go for a sports, running, sing a song, assume that you are a violinist or a drummist, you keep playing your instrument, automatically your breathing practice is happening. Assume you are a singer, keep singing, definitely there is a breathing practice inside that. Chanting mantras, assume that you are prayers. When you are praying, actually there is a breathing practice happening. When these breathing practice, assume that you are going for a swimming, that's the most relaxing thing for somebody. When you are swimming, definitely there is a breathing practice involved in that. So control your breath. That will keep your mind so cool and calm. But what happens is, assume you are not in practice of doing it. Assume you are not in practice of doing the breathing practice. When your lungs demands a sudden change in the breath, that is where your heartbreak happens, heart attack happens. So depression, tension, too much of anxiety, all these creates heart attacks because you are not able to control your breath. You are not able to have a deep breath in your life. So assume you have a deep breath practice. Assume you are into sports where you have practiced taking deep breath, or like me giving lectures continuously for long hours. Actually, this is a best breathing practice. You are a singer, keep on singing. You can see the chance of collapsing for them, having high blood pressure, all these will become less. Even their pressure may be high, that will not impact them because that is a normal pressure for them. There is nothing called a normal pressure. Each person will have a different pressure. But sometime 200 by 120 was the normal pressure for our great leader like Mahatma Gandhi, who fought against Britishers for freedom in India. Today 200 and 120 is considered as a high critical stage of blood pressure for most of the patients. But he had great blood pressure because he always have that pressure in him and he is normal with that pressure. So every person will have a different pressure. So don't say go to a doctor and say start taking medication, because he doesn't know your ancestors what they had, what is that your parents had, what is your DNA pattern, what character you have. I had one of my colleague who had high pressure, 240 and all that, but he had no problems in his life. So
Wow.
don't get into unwanted medication. Most of the time what happens, you go to a psychiatrist, he knows only how to give medication, so he will immediately give you tablets. Assume that you keep saying that no, I have a problem, they will give you sedation, and that will create a lot of other problems in your life.
Mm.
Understood? The first thing what will have is your digestion pattern will change, so your food habits will change. The third one, your kidney and your liver will start malpracticing. And when you have your kidney and malpractice happen, one of the best medicine which most of the people take is take liquor, right? Alcohol. You are in depression, you are in tension, I am not able to control, you take alcohol. So what will happen when you take alcohol? Your body chemistry changes. When your body chemistry changes and that becomes a habit, you become addicted to the alcohol, that will impact your kidney and that will impact your liver. So that is exactly what happens to medication also. So don't get into a continuous medication, but there are other aspects to change your lifestyle, but not when the problem comes. You must equip yourself,
Before.
yeah, from the beginning. Your muscles have to be ready for physical strength. Similarly, for emotional strength, you need lot of such social relationship, having people, having hobby, having games, having lot of fun around your life. All that is essential for you. So have a balanced life. That is most important. We can go on and on, but it's a huge topic. So I have written a lot of books on this: mental health,
Mm.
mindset mastery, uh, mind matters, adolescence navigation, and what is required for young children to mentor them, and also during pregnancy. There are almost 5 to 6 books only on mental health and emotional intelligence on corporate communications. The youth people, how their intellect and emotion have to be balanced so that they know how to communicate in the office. That is also most important. Some of these books are available on my website. You can download it.
Please, can you remind us of your website again, so that
www.
everybody, because I could see people responding from Facebook.
You can just type in Dr. TPS, you will end up in my website. DR without a gap, Dr. TPS. Take my number, you can type that number, go to the website www.drtps-shiksha.in. I am typing it on the
Okay.
chat box: drtps-shiksa.in. In for India, Shiksha is my trust, DRTPS. DRTPS, even if you go to Google Map and type Dr. TPS, you will get my location of my house. I have 3 houses, and you will also have website connected to that. So today on internet world, getting details on somebody is very easy, right? You must know the name, type it, Dr.
I
TPS.
hope you I hope you get it, my friend, because I know you are really interested in getting there. Mr. Quackery, please get in touch, use the website, and there's so many books. I know you enjoy this teaching here. So if you can go direct to Dr. TPS website, you will get some books free, or do they have to buy it?
It's free. It's freely available. You can
Because yeah,
download it.
yeah, so a lot of books by Professor TPX are free. So if you are interested, please connect. And if you still have difficulty in connecting, please contact me direct, and I'll be able to connect you. And I think that will be the nice thing. And you can even make him your own mentor too. Why not?
No, my number is available online. My
Oh
number is
yes.
available. My contact is available. Anybody could contact.
Okay. Thank you so much, Dr. TPS. But you haven't answered my own question still.
Yeah, sure.
I, I will try to answer your question today, because I think we don't want to delay you, but you are coming back very soon,
Yeah.
because we are still coming back. We still have about 4. Let me announce it to you. Professor TPS still have about 4 sections with us this month of May, so be ready.
I think 16th and
Okay.
17th we have two other topics.
Yes, we have 16,
And 17th.
16. Do you have the date with you there? So
Yeah,
I can just
16th and
announce it.
17th. I have 2 dates.
16, 17, I think there's still another one.
Yeah.
If not, I will create another one.
Sure, sure. Anytime, no problem.
He will not be tired with me, and he will not be tired with YYCI,
Yeah.
unless if he's traveling.
No,
Like
from
we said,
20th onwards, I'm traveling. Up to 20th, I'm free. So any day I can be able.
yes, so he travels a lot. So I mean, there was a time we missed him for almost a couple of months, but we thank God now that we have that opportunity now. He's a traveling professor. So remember Professor Patrick as well, traveling all over the world. Same thing with Dr. TPS. He even came to UK last year,
Yeah, I was there.
September.
I was there.
Even me, I miss him.
September, October, I was there.
I miss him. I couldn't see him physically. So that's how busy he was. So that time. So but really you can connect with him, and you can also drink from the wealth of wisdom and knowledge that he has. Okay, let me quickly ask my question because the next speaker is just ready. But I can't let you go without answering any of my question. So my question is, why is it necessary? Right from the beginning, you were saying that it's okay to have stress. It's okay. But when it's now leading to depression and distress and anxiety, that is what we need to be taken care of. Right. So my question is, why is it necessary to be stressed? I need to know the more reason for that.
See, how do I prepare for my examination? I must know that there are a lot of people failing. And if you don't study well, you cannot get good marks. So what do I do? I will study. And examination is a stress which makes me to prepare myself. When there is a game, I am standing on one side and somebody else is on the other side, let it be football or volleyball. When the ball comes, will I relax standing, let the ball come? I don't care. I'll be eagerly looking at it and then seeing as the ball comes, I have to smash. And that performance comes only when I get ready. That getting ready is stress. Stress is what? The physics, I'm a physics man. The stress is the pressure which you apply yourself on a unit area, which becomes more focused, is called stress. I have to jump in a high jump, long jump, I have to jump. Have you seen the jumping person will keep on one leg and then press himself? Assume when I wanted to jump, when I am leaning on my body and just on my foot, and that time if you keep a weighing machine, you can see my weight, if that is a weighing machine, my weight will become 3 times higher than my normal weight. The more stress I give, the more I can jump. The word is also called stress. I am pushing with my finger, that means I am giving stress. Anything which I does very fast, assume that I want to cut a vegetable, I will not keep the knife there and then ask, please knife go inside the vegetable, right? I have to forcefully cut, smash on that. And that smashing is stress. Anything to happen in my life, I have to do stress. Then only reactions will happen. Any action, I need stress. I have to run, that's a stress. So if there is a train, I have to catch the train, I am running. Why am I running? To catch the train, I have to run, then only I will get. Making me to move faster is stress. Making me to move harder is my stress. Applying more force is stress. If I miss the train, what should I do now? Enjoy. Assume I have to attend a class, I have to get to the train, then only I can get to the university, and that's a train which I miss. Then I don't have another train. What should I do? Yeah, I missed the train. Now let me go for a movie and enjoy my movie. Sitting there and crying, oh, I missed my train. That is distress. Running until I wanted to get it, that is stress.
Stress. Wow.
Okay. So that is temporary. That is why stress is called the natural reaction. When I am thinking of a result after my examination, there is a situation demanding me to apply more force. Otherwise, there is a threat. What is the threat? I will miss the train. I will lose my exam. I will fail in my class. And that makes your body to prepare yourself for a challenge. And that force is called stress. Actually, stress is a physics word in which force per unit area is called stress. Understood? So if I don't focus, if I don't apply more stress, I will not become active. Being active is stress. Being inactive is distress. I have to make more impact. If I just push, it will not open. So what should I do? Hit and open, right? So I am using velocity. Sometimes velocity is also increase in speed will become more stress. If I touch you, it may not impact you. But I hitting means what? Same hand. If I just touch like this, it will not impact. If I put force, it impacts. This is physics second principle called momentum. Momentum is mass into velocity. Mass is I am using a small pebble to throw, the impact will be less. But if I take a big stone and throw, impact will become more because mass is more. But if mass is less, my velocity is more. A bullet is very small, but velocity is it comes with high speed. Therefore, it penetrates and then kills people, right? So, what is important? Velocity is important. That means speed is important. Second one, the mass is important. The weight is important. The volume is important. So I have to hit somebody. I may use my fist to hit. But if I use my fist, it may not impact his eye. So I may use finger to impact his eye. Got it? The volume is less, but the force is more. So this is what is stress. It's a physics word. Most of the psychological, natural phenomena which we describe in psychology, all are taken from the Greek and Latin origin, which is already taken in physics. Got it? The word reaction. Where do you learn reaction? Chemistry or physics? Where do you learn the energy? Physics and chemistry. So I am a man of physics. That is why I am able to learn psychology much better.
Wow.
Yeah.
You've really broken it down. Now I understand what stress is.
These are all Newton's role. Newton kept saying this. Momentum is important. A vehicle is standing, I can walk and then hit. Nothing will happen to me. Nothing will happen to vehicle. But I am standing, the vehicle comes fast and hits me, I will be smashed off. So impact. The impact comes because of velocity, the speed. Velocity is more important.
Velocity, certainly.
Yeah.
Impact.
Impact is important. Yeah. I can make an impact only when I have stress. I have to apply force. That is why when somebody says, I am telling you be careful. What does it mean? I am trying to make an impact from my words. I am throwing words faster. I don't think somebody scolds with nice words slowly. When I have to scold, definitely my voice will go up. I will make an impact. That's it.
Wow. Very, very clear explanation you have given us today. Wow, stress. So in my own way, like for example, if you don't cook, you will not eat. So cooking is stress.
No. If you enjoy cooking,
If you enjoy cooking, really, yeah. If you enjoy cooking,
you look at Dr. TPS cooking. My cooking class is there on YouTube.
But if you don't cook, or you don't have something to cook, or you don't have something to eat, that is distress.
Yes.
Ah,
Assume some guest is coming, I don't know cooking, and there is nothing at home to prepare and give it to them. I have stress uncontrollable. Then I will become distressed.
if you don't learn about people,
Yeah.
and if you don't learn about people or learn about you, then that is distress.
Yes.
But if you try to understand people and show empathy and also know the language to communicate with them, that is stress, because you are working hard to make an impact. So that is stress.
Yeah.
Sacrificing is also stress, because
It's
you are coming out of your way to do this. Coming out of your comfort zone is also stress, because your comfort zone, you just want to relax there, you don't want to take an action, you don't want to do anything. But for you to now start moving and start doing something unusual, the reason why you are doing it because you want to be successful, you want to be fulfilling, you want to be satisfied. So that's why you are doing that.
doing it because I'm enjoying doing it.
You are enjoying doing it, and
That's
because
basically.
you are enjoying it, and you know there is the end result is good. You are looking up to the end result of what you are doing, so you are enjoying it.
Yeah.
Because if you don't enjoy it, you'll be discouraged and you can stop and give up.
If I'm climbing a mountain, I'm climbing a hill. If I enjoy climbing, I will have to have stress because it's physically stressing.
Yes,
But I'm enjoying. But assume somebody is pushing me to go up. I don't like to do it.
you don't
So my
like.
attitude is not to climb.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it becomes very difficult for me.
Yes.
Then even if I reach on top, I will say, yeah, I wasted my time. Because you are not enjoying. So anything which you enjoy makes you not to stress, even though there is a stress.
So let me throw this question to you. It's going to be a funny question. You've been with YYCI for 3 years,
Yeah.
and we've been doing this masterclass and conferences. Are you enjoying it?
I'm enjoying because what happens
That is
is,
why you are not stressed.
see, what happens is, I don't prepare for any of my talk. Number one,
No. Mm.
you had sent me a message. That time I was looking at what is the topic which you have given on the message. I found this is the message. I was listening to the earlier speaker. Then the communication came. I started off from there because you are. That is where I started. If you look at it,
Mm-hmm.
so
Yeah.
my communication becomes very bad when I am in totally distress. I don't even listen to somebody. That's how I started. But where did we reach now? Got it? That is because I know the subject. I don't think a swimmer who already knows swimming will plan if I jump in water, where should I swim, which direction I should swim. All that is not my matter at all because I know swimming. I will just jump.
Yeah.
So for me, lecturing is like jumping into a water, a swimmer does it. Right? Got it? It's like somebody who is going for a trekking. He don't look at the map and say this is where I trek. Then that is not trekking.
Mm-hmm.
He go to the mountain and see where he can take his path. He will adventurously find some new routes. That is trekking. When you go to a forest, you don't plan your trip exactly like this is the route which I will go. No, you just go. That is called a treasure hunt. So my lecture is a treasure hunt for me. My cooking is a treasure hunt for me. My writing is a treasure hunt for me. When I write a poetry, I am not planning this is what I am going to write. I am a poet.
You just do it.
It just comes. It's a spontaneous overflow of emotions within you. That's what all the poets is. So when I write, it just comes as a flow. But there are people who will take a pen, decide this is the topic. For them, it is stressful. Even writing a poetry can be stressful. Cooking can be stressful,
Mm-hmm.
right? But you enjoy it. It becomes a passion. For me, teaching is passion. If somebody asks me they wanted maths class or physics class or subject classes, computer science, I teach all these subjects. I'll tell them, you open the book and ask me questions, I will tell you the answer. And if I don't know, I will say I don't know, but let me prepare and come back to you tomorrow.
Mm.
It's good enough. I am fair enough.
Yes, it's good.
Understood.
It's just like me working on this organizing this conferences masterclass. It's I can't stop because it's part of me. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, there's somebody say, as why are you doing all this? Then ask a question, why are you breathing? Because you can't stop breathing. When you stop breathing, you will die.
Yeah,
Similarly, if
exactly.
I don't give lecture, I'm not living.
I mean, my background is I've been a secretary, I've been an administrator, I've been a personal secretary, personal assistant. So organizing is part of me,
What of
and I'm enjoying it. That is why
enjoy?
when YYCI started, I
Yeah.
just keep doing it.
Yeah.
Even if it is only one speaker, I still organize. Even if it's only one audience, I'm still doing it.
Yeah, yeah. See, even dialoguing with you and asking question, we had a lot of such
Yeah.
sessions, right?
Yes, it's very good. Remember when we first started,
Yeah.
the Professor TPS said, I love dialogue. I mean, always good
Yeah.
dialogue. I said, yes, we will try. And we are improving with our dialogue because
Yes,
then
yes.
it gives every one of us better understanding.
Good.
And not only that, it also makes every one of us involved. So it's not like somebody is just overwhelming us with their own ideas or opinion, and then you're sitting down for 1 hour, 30 minutes, let him finish. Within that period, you can doze off. Within that period, you can be distracted. But when you're not involved in conversation, dialogue, it's so interesting. I'm sure Dr. Stephen can testify this, and Dr. Samina, Ambassador James, Destin, thank you for joining us, and even Ambassador AOB, Alexandra, because it's now becoming interesting, exciting. So, I think
And
our
when
next
and
speaker
many
is
people
here.
find the use of it. You don't know how many people from Pakistan interviewed me.
Mm,
A lot of people listening to your lecture, probably what is there on YouTube, they know me and then communicate to me and then say that I got to interview. And sometimes they have a one single room shop tailoring job.
mm,
Hardly they can speak English.
mm.
I am comfortable, he is comfortable with the language Hindi, but I still say that you should speak English so that he will improve in his English. Not that I can't speak
Yes.
his language.
Mm-hmm.
So, but still they are doing it.
Yeah.
Why is it doing? Because he is enjoying, I am enjoying. He wanted to know what an Indian space scientist is doing.
Mm-hmm.
Got it? So his focus is something to learn. So when my time is utilized by somebody else, what time, see, after this, that I record this, I edit this and
Yes,
put into
yes, you
YouTube
do.
and
Yes, and I really appreciate
and
that.
put the Facebook channel of yours under that as comment, so that they will click there and come to the Facebook, and somebody refers where is it happening, and then say go and look at it, because I've got a good number of subscribers, so they listen to me and then they will come back to you and then listen to your place. Understood?
Yes,
So this
yes, yes,
connectivity, we are doing it for not my selfishness, not your
no,
selfishness, to share
no,
to somebody
no.
else.
Yes,
When you share,
yes,
that is the best thing what we can do in our life. That is by being social.
that's it.
We are
That's it.
internationally, globally social, right? So
Yes,
thanks to COVID, otherwise we will never meet.
yes, and it's so amazing because I mean, recently I've got so many leaders, key leaders in the society, connecting with me, and I mean, well, I'm not shocked anymore, but they will say something like, "You are doing a great job.
That's it.
We are watching you. We are looking at you," and I'm thinking, what am I doing than just enjoying myself with with I mean, you can see even my family, they leave me to just enjoy myself
Enjoy
in this
yourself.
conference and masterclass, which is good. Good. I really want to appreciate his. And one more thing about Professor TPS. Last year, summer, was it last year or something like that? Or this year? No, last year. I mean, because of his recording, because he recorded all the things that we are doing, and then he posted what we've done in 2021. The conference of 2021, we are in 2023. And guess what? And it's so unique that I've forgotten about that 2021. And then I organized another conference, another masterclass. That's 2023. And can you believe that with that video that he showed on Facebook and the latest one, somebody asked me which one is which because I have used the same color background for the
And sometime I keep sending you message on this date on 2021 we were together, right? I remind you that.
yes, that's the power
I
of
keep
connection. That's the power of relationship, power of connection, power of collaboration, power of connecting. Because it's very important. And I want to seize this platform to say thank you so much, sir. I really appreciate that. Because you don't have to do it, but you did it. Because you enjoy doing it. And you're also using it to promote yourself, promote YYCI and the world, and also sending it to the world for them to watch it. So they come to your one more than 1,000 subscriber on YouTube. They come to my own little subscriber. They go everywhere. Now we have extended ourselves to WhatsApp. We've extended ourselves to LinkedIn. Because we want somebody somewhere in any corner of this world to get this message. Remember, I said it right from the beginning that ignorance is one of the problems we are in this world. Ignorance and lack of understanding. And people are busy that they leave what is important. The most important information to store in their mindset. I know the reason why I am so passionate to tell the world that mindset is everything. It depends on the information we store in that mind. Because it says